What's up everyone, this is Patrick Liu, and 4 of my stocks that makes up more than half of my portfolios came out earnings this week. I was thinking put out just one video and talk about all 4 of them, but until Elon Musk tweeted this. Tesla stock price is too high in my opinion. Then I decided to do one video and just talk about Tesla. First, let's go through their earnings first, then I will talk about the tweet. Tesla is profitable in Q1 for the first time. Usually first quarter is the weakest quarter of the year, and they never been profitable before until this one. 16 million GAAP net income and 227 million non-GAAP net income. To be honest, I actually didn't expect Tesla to be profitable in Q1. That actually surprised me. Very good job. We are not that far away from seeing a full year profitability. Speak of surprises, Model Y surprised the hell out of me. I remember last year, lots of people, including me, were thinking that Model Y will probably come out in the summer or the fall of 2020. And lots of bears were thinking that Model Y will never come out because Tesla would be bankrupt before Model Y come out. But now Model Y is not only way ahead of schedule, but also profitable. According to their earnings release, Model Y contributes profit, which is the first time in our history that a new product is profitable in its first quarter. And also we were able to build more Model Y in its first quarter of production than in the first 2 quarters of Model 3 in 2017. Very impressive. And I think along the way in the future, Model Y will bring much more surprises to all of us. Next, let's talk about the battery. The maximum range of Model S and X has been extended further, with 391 miles for Model S and 351 miles for Model X. But according to their conference call, when they did the EPA test, they left the door open and left the keys in the car overnight. And the car went into waiting for driver mode and lost 2% of range. The true range of Model S is 400 or greater. Let's look at this chart. The range gap between Model S and the highest range non-Tesla EV is getting larger and larger over the years. How could they ever going to compete with the Tesla when the range is a very important factor for switching from an ICE vehicle to EV? Now the Model S has a longer range than my full tank Honda Accord. Speak of my Accord, I'm actually thinking about selling it, even I just bought it at the beginning of last year, and switch to a Model 3, since they just reduced the price of standard range Model 3 to less than 280,000 RMB in China. This price is really intriguing, and this price will do very well in China. Even though they reduced the price, but they can still remain a very good gross margin since the cost of vehicle produced in Shanghai in Q1 is already lower than the cost to produce the Model 3 in Fremont. And there's still more room to bring down the cost according to their conference call. Another very exciting thing for their conference call is that Tesla may offer full self-driving as a subscription services at the end of this year. As we know, lots of Tesla owners didn't purchase FSD, and by providing FSD as a subscription services will give them a way to try it for a very cheap price. And trust me, once you tried it, you'll love it. I don't own Tesla, but I have drew Model 3 once before, and I tried the FSD and I got hooked immediately. I love it. Next, let's take a look at their Gigafactory. In the conference call, Elon said that they will announce the next Gigafactory in the US within 1 to 3 months. I'm looking forward to hear more about that. And for the Shanghai Gigafactory, look at this picture. They are building more factories. In the conference call, they said they are not only going to build more Gigafactories, but also expand the existing factories, so each Gigafactory will become larger and larger. As for the Berlin Gigafactory, according to the release, we recently finished the land preparation phase and are about to break ground on the construction phase of this project. Based on the current progress, we are on track to start the first Model Y deliveries from Gigafactory Berlin in 2021. This is very interesting. Well, I don't know about that. 2021? Really that fast? As we know, Gig Shanghai broke ground at the beginning of last year and finished within less than a year and started producing cars. But typically, Europe is much slower than China when it comes to constructions. And also with the global crisis is happening, I doubt if they can start delivering in 2021. But hey, Tesla is always full of surprises, right? I'll be very excited to see this happen. But on the other hand, I'll feel perfectly okay if they start delivering in early or mid 2022. I'll have no problem with that. Anyway, needless to say, Q1 is a pretty good quarter for Tesla, full of surprises. But as for the next quarter, even though the Shanghai Gigafactory is up and running, but the one in Fremont is still in pretty much shut down, and if they can reopen it sooner, the Q2 numbers are probably going to be very ugly. So just be aware of that. And finally, the tweet. Is there any CEO other than Elon Musk said that their stock price is too high in the past before? I mean, I never heard it before, but I wasn't surprised. This is not the first time that Elon Musk said some crazy shit. Remember the 420 tweet? That wasn't long ago. When I saw this tweet, I laughed very hard. Elon Musk is just being Elon Musk. He's no ordinary CEO. He's not even an ordinary human being. Elon Musk will always be a risk to the company, but he is also the core of the company. Without him, there will be no Tesla, but with him, there's always going to be risk. I'll admit that Elon Musk is crazy, but if he's not crazy, then there will be no Tesla, no SpaceX, no The Boring Company. None of that will happen if Elon is not crazy. So personally, I want him to be crazy. There's always good and bad with anything or anyone. High reward always came with high risks. That's just how it works. As a Tesla investor, or if you are thinking about investing into Tesla, just be aware of this. If you can't handle him doing or saying some crazy shit, then just don't invest into Tesla. There are thousands of companies that you can invest into. You don't have to invest into Tesla. This is a very volatile stock, and it will always be volatile. And if you need money for the next few months or for the next year or two, you shouldn't invest into the stock market at all. Okay, now the question is the stock price really too high? Well, yes it is if you look at the short term. And no, it's not if you look at the long term. Well, I mean, if they can't deliver the things that they promised in the future, then yes, the price is very overvalued. But so far, those things that he promised did come true, or at least looks very likely. Maybe some things are not really on time, but it has came true for most of the things. Well, I guess I'm just going to hold on my Tesla shares. I'm not planning on selling them anytime soon. But when it comes to buying, Tesla is already the biggest position in my portfolio, which I wasn't intended to. I wasn't trying to make Tesla the biggest position in my portfolio. I only own around like 7 or 8 stocks probably. So yeah, I don't really own like 20, 30 stocks. So before I was just trying to make Tesla maybe like the 3rd or the 4th biggest position in my portfolio, but you know, the price has been up huge and it became the largest position in my portfolio. Well, let's just keep that way. For me to buy more shares of Tesla have to come back down under 400, and that's even much more than what I paid for. So I don't really have any plans with my Tesla shares. Just keep them. Anyway, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell any stocks based on what I said. Do your own research, have your own judgment. Alright, destroy the like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe if you want to see more. And until next time, peace.